The true history of slavery. From ancient times to the present, slavery has been a part of many civilizations, nations, and religions. The victims of it have also come from a wide range of racial and religious backgrounds. Slaves have held a variety of positions in society, the economy, and the law throughout history, depending on the type of slavery practiced. Servitude has been observed in some hunter-gatherer communities, especially in the form of hereditary slavery, but the agricultural conditions with their growing social and economic complexity provide more possibilities for widespread chattel slavery. When the first civilizations appeared, slavery had already been institutionalized, such as Sumer in Mesopotamia, which dates back as far as 3500 BC. In the Mesopotamian Code of Hammurabi, about 1750 BC, slavery is mentioned and is referred to as an established institution. Slavery was prevalent. Slavery was widespread in the ancient world in Europe, Asia, Middle East, and Africa. It became less common throughout Europe during the early Middle Ages, although it continued to be practiced in some areas. Both Christians and Muslims captured and enslaved each other during centuries of warfare in the Mediterranean. Islamic slavery encompassed mainly Western and Central Asia, Northern and Eastern Africa, India, and Europe from the 7th to the 20th century. Beginning in the 16th century, European merchants, starting with Portugal, initiated the transatlantic slave trade, purchasing enslaved Africans from West African kingdoms and transporting them to Europe's colonies in the Americas. The transatlantic slave trade was eventually curtailed due to European and American governments passing legislation abolishing their nation's involvement in it. The global issue of human trafficking persists even though slavery is now illegal everywhere. As of 2013, there were reportedly 25 to 40 million slaves, the most of whom lived in Asia. People were sold into slavery during the Second Sudanese Civil War, which lasted from 1983 to 2005. Evidence of widespread child trafficking and enslavement on cacao plantations in West Africa first came to light in the late 1990s. Slavery still exists in the 21st century and brings in $150 billion annually. Around the world, 40 million people were reportedly enslaved in 2019. 25% of them were children. 61% are employed as forced laborers, primarily in the private sector. Live in arranged unions. Child soldiers, sex trafficking, and sexual slavery are other forms of modern slavery. Evidence of slavery predates written records. The practice has existed in many cultures and can be traced back 11,000 years ago due to the conditions created by the invention of agriculture during the Neolithic Revolution. Economic surpluses and high population densities were conditions that made mass slavery viable. Slavery occurred in civilizations including ancient Egypt, ancient China, the Akkadian Empire, Assyria, Babylonia, Persia, ancient Israel, ancient Greece, ancient India, the Roman Empire, the Arab Islamic Caliphate and Sultanate, Nubia, and the pre-Columbian civilizations of the Americas. Ancient slavery consists of a mixture of debt slavery, punishment for crime, prisoners of war, child abandonment, and children born to slaves. According to the Global Slavery Index, slavery continues into the 21st century. It claims that as of 2018, the countries with the most slaves were India 8 million, China 3.86 million, Pakistan 3.19 million and North Korea 2.64 million. The countries with highest prevalence of slavery were North Korea 10.5% and Eritrea 9.3%. Thank you guys for watching this video. Please like, subscribe and click on the notification bell so you don't miss our new videos.